Hey everyone, my name's Ina and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I will be doing a makeup tutorial on the look that I wore on my August favorites video, and it is this look that I have on my face right now. It's just a bit different because I forgot to do one step, but it's nothing. It's just the same look actually. And yeah, a lot of you actually really like the look that I was wearing in that video, and some of you actually requested for a tutorial on the look. I do apologize if it took me a while to do this video. It's just that I failed a few times to recreate this video, and now I think I actually got it. So if you want to see how I did this look, just keep on watching. That was a weak snap. What's wrong with my snap today? Well, hello there, beautiful. Welcome back. So today we are starting with our base and brows already on, just to save some time. Anyway, it's just the same brow and face routine as in my July favorites makeup video, or makeup tutorial rather. I'll put a link in the description box below in case you want to watch it. And let's get started with this makeup look. Alright, so first we are going to prime our eyelids, and I'm using the e.l.f. eyelid primer in the shade Sheer. I'm just putting that on the eyelid and on the lower lash line as well, since we will be putting some eyeshadow on our lower lash line. I'm just using my finger to blend out that eyelid primer and moving on to the next step. We're just going to apply some loose powder on our under eye area, since we will be applying some pretty powdery shadows later on. So this will just help us to brush away all the fallout after we apply all of our eyeshadow. And once we look like a diva, you know we are done with this step. Alright, so now let's zoom you in closer so that you will be able to see what I'm gonna do to my face. The palette I'm using is the City Color Barely Exposed Eyeshadow Palette, and I'm taking this shade first. It's like a matte creamy shade or a matte yellowy shade. I'm just setting the eyelid primer with this one, since it is pretty close to my skin tone, and it will help us blend out the next eyeshadow that we will put on top of it, since it will have a more powdery base instead of just having that eyelid primer there and having a sticky or a tacky base. Alright, next we are taking the matte brown shade in the palette, and that will be our transition shade. We're just gonna apply that all over our crease, and I'm really sloppily putting that all over my crease area. I'm not really very precise with this color, since this will just help us to blend everything out much better, and it will make everything look very well blended. So once everything is seamless and even, we're going to take this greeny goldy shade. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a gold with like a green tone to it, if I may say. We're just going to pack that on our eyelid and try to make sure that you only apply this on your eyelid and not on your crease, since you don't want to have a glittery crease, right? After that, we're just going to blend out all the harsh lines so that everything looks very seamless. And since some of the pigment will be faded away due to the blending, we're just going to pack on some more of the greenish goldish shade, if I may say. Alright, once that's done, we're just going to take this lighter gold shade, and I'm just using the same flat shader brush. I just flipped it over to the other side, and we're just going to put that shade on the center of our eyelid, just to help lighten up this look quite a bit. If you can see, that really made our eyes pop, right? Alright, now taking this, oh my gosh, I don't know how to explain this shade, but it's like a dark moss green color, if I may say. I'm just taking that on a small detailer brush. The brush I'm using is from Estee Lauder, and we are just going to pop that on the outer V of our eyes. Now, since I have quite hooded lids, I need to apply my outer V shade up to the middle of my eyelids. If you can see how I'm doing this, it's because if I apply it only on the exact outer V area, it will just disappear and you can't really see it. Now I'm also dragging that up to the crease, and as you can see, I'm just using feathering motions so that it doesn't just look like a stark line on my crease. And of course, going back to our blending brush, we're just going to blend out all the harsh lines, since we want this look to be very seamless and smoky. Again, going back to the same detailer brush from Estee Lauder, we're just going to reapply the same moss green shade, since some of the pigment got faded away due to the blending. Now to marry the gold and the green shade together, we're just going to overlay both colors together just so that they blend very nicely. Alright, now taking the same mossy, greenish, brownish shade, we're just going to apply that on our lower lash line using the same detailer brush that we have been using on our outer V crease all this time. And I'm really trying to blend that out really nicely so that it looks very nice and smoky and sultry and sexy, if you know what I mean. Now taking these two shades from the same palette, I'm just going to pop that on the center of my lower lash line to act as a spotlight. That's just another trick to give a bit of lightness into this whole look. And now to open up my eyes a bit, I'm just taking the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light and I'm popping that on my lower waterline. Now time to prep for falsies. I'm just curling my lashes first, and I actually forgot to brush away all the excess powder that I applied on my under eye area, so I'm just doing that right now because that look is not cute on anybody, okay? And I forgot to apply some brow bone highlight, so I'm taking the same matte cream shade and just applying that on my brow bone and on the inner corners of my eyes as well. We're not going to put any shimmery shades on those areas since we don't want to take away any attention from our smoky eyes. Now for mascara, I'm using something from Loreal. It's the Voluminous Million Lashes Excess Mascara. And I'm just applying a teeny tiny coat of mascara on my upper lashes and I'm popping that on my lower lashes like crazy since we will be applying some crazy upper false lashes later on. We just want to match the dramatic lash on the upper and lower lashes. Alright, so the dramatic false lashes I'm talking about are these ones from the brand Love Me, and I forgot what number they're in, so I'll put it in the description box below. Everything I used will be listed in the description box below, so if you have any questions, go ahead and check that out. Once I have that on, I'm going to tightline my eyes, and I'm using the Avon Simply Pretty Eye Defining Pencil in the shade Black. I really do like this pencil because it is very creamy and very opaque as well, and just one swipe, go like a gad. And since I forgot to do one step, which is apply some winged liner, I'm just going to concentrate this eyeliner pencil on the inner corners of my eyes where we don't have any of the false lash. We're just going to make do with what we have, alright? Now it's time to work on our face, and first I'm going to use the BYS Contour Trio, and I'm taking the contour shade and I'm just popping that on the hollows of my cheeks, and I'm trying to build up the color very softly, and I'm trying to make it look very well blended so that it looks a lot more natural, if you know what I mean. I'm also popping that same contour shade on my forehead and on my temples, and I'm also going to contour my jawline as well to help diminish them double chin. Alright, you feel me? Now the blusher I'm using is still from the same BYS Contour Trio. I'm just using the blush that comes in that trio, and it's not a very pigmented blush, so it's good to use for smoky eyes like these. Then I'm contouring my nose, and I'm just using the same contour powder from the Contour Trio from BYS. I'm using a fluffy blending brush from Beauty Cosmetics, and I'm actually not quite used to contouring my nose with this powder, so I may have overdone it just a tiny bit, but no worries. I'm just going to pat on some of my leftover foundation from my foundation brush, and that should fix the problem. Alright, now time to highlight my face. I'm using the Sephora Highlighting Bronzing Powder in the shade number 2 or Rose, and I'm taking the rosy shade on the far left side of the highlighting pan, and I'm just going to apply that on the highest points of my cheeks using a fan brush from BH Cosmetics. I'm also applying that above my brow bone just to highlight that part as well. Oh yeah, see that highlight? I love it. Alright, now for my nose, I'm just using the whitest highlight shade from that Sephora highlighting palette, and I'm also using that same shade on my Cupid's bow. For lipstick, I actually used 3 lipsticks. Yes, I know, it's a bit crazy, but let me tell you the story. First, I used the Maybelline Colorshow lipstick in the shade True Toffee, and then I just thought that looked too bright or too peachy, so I wanted to go in with a darker lipstick. So I went in with the Wet n Wild matte lipstick in the shade Mochalicious. I applied that on the outer corners of my lips, and I thought it just wasn't the right shade that I was going for. So I went ahead and I applied another lipstick. This time I applied the Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Pure Garnet, I believe. And then I thought that it was looking a bit crazy, so I just went ahead and blended in all the colors together. I actually tried to blend that in using my fingers, and I thought that it gave me such a nice lipstick combination. Okay, I know I used too many lipsticks, but why not, right? I got like a lot of lipsticks in my collection, and I'm gonna use all of them if I can. Alright guys, so this is the finished look right here. It just looks a bit different from my August favorites video because I don't have any winged eyeliner, but I actually really like this look even more, okay? Anyway, it's just really the same look. I also have different pair of false lashes because I actually used the e.l.f. Dramatic Lash Kit in my August favorites video, but I don't have that anymore, so we're just going to make do with what we have. Alright, so here it is. Here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel to see more videos. I upload videos every 2 or 3 days. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ooh, also don't forget to comment down below any video requests or tag me on Instagram if you recreate this look. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. I'm out of breath.